morning. It's a rainy day in Brooklyn, and I am trying to get myself out of the house, get my body moving, get some happiness in my body. So, to dance class we go. You know, sometimes I feel like I am genetically more prone to being an optimist than most people are, which I guess is a good thing. We've had a quarter. Yeah, you know, we've had a quarter and a half, honestly. And I have been trying to go back to basics a little bit. When you feel like your whole life just sort of imploded all at once, huge. Step one for me is always trying to get back into sort of a routine with the things that feel hard to do when everything falls apart, but are really great choices. Like taking a workout class that you enjoy. Dance being my absolute favorite way to get movement in. But listen, when you're going through it, getting yourself up and getting to the class, that's the hardest part. Being there, I have a great fucking time. It's getting myself to the class, and I did it today in the rain, which I think is something to be proud of. Rain after coming out of the dance class is one of life's small joys to me. Take a note of it. I'm so hot and sweaty, and I look like I'm soaking wet already. And now I get to come and I feel like a little bit cooled off by the rain. It's hitting me on my face. Little things, people. We're gonna take what we can get these days. Being a try-hard for joy is necessary to me. And look at how much fun we just had. What a good way to start my morning. Ah. We're off to a good start, you guys. I literally washed my hair yesterday, but I was so sweaty coming home from that dance class, so we had to wash 2 days in a row. I am so sorry to my hairstylist. Having a routine, making a plan, sticking to it. I find that when I don't have a routine, when I get out of a routine, that's when I start to feel the most like doom and gloom. I feel very grounded and secure and happier when I have a little bit of direction in my life, I guess. Especially when it comes to things that serve no other purpose other than to bring me joy. There's nobody holding me to these things. I live alone, I'm single. It's just me driving the train over here. So I feel like when I am in a shittier mental space, these are the first things that I will give up on, that I will just not do because I'm like, I actually can't get out of bed. And sometimes that's fine. And you need to listen to yourself and just be like, you know what? I can't do it today. Cool, we're gonna be gentle here. But for me, it's important that I try my absolute hardest to stick to these routines because I know it has such a like profound impact on my day-to-day happiness. I feel like I never really resonated with the idea of describing ourselves as being a work in progress, and I could never pinpoint exactly why it didn't resonate with me or why I didn't like that wording. But I guess it's just because saying that you're a work in progress to me almost implies that there is a sense of completion that can be reached at some point, which I don't think there is. The work in progress is the work. To me, it's the difference between like looking at a finished painting and looking at like an interactive art exhibit where you're watching a painter constantly paint over their previous work over and over again on a loop, constantly a work in progress, but the work is the work in progress. The show, the art, is the fact that they are continuously painting over everything they have painted before. It's never ending. There is no completion. And that's the beauty of it. That is the art in and of itself. So I guess I never resonated with the work in progress stuff because it made me feel like there was something else to be achieved. Like I was a work in progress striving for something else, which I get in some ways we are, but also I feel like that's kind of the spice of life, is it not? Yes, there are things in my life that I'm working on and working towards, and there's so much else that I hope to achieve, that I hope to become, but like it feels important to me to ground myself in the present and appreciate that like how I am right now, how life is right now, what I have right now, who I'm surrounded with right now. Like there are things to be loved and enjoyed right now as well. And there's really going to be no point in time in life where I feel like I'm not a work in progress. It just is. The work in progress is the work. I get the sentiment. I get why it resonates with other people. It just never quite resonated with me. I guess I just feel like I'm dying to get off the like hamster wheel of constant self-optimization, life optimization, and just working more towards sitting in it and being like, no, this is it, babe. You know? Like, it's always gonna be a work in progress. This is it. This is where we are. I'm not trying to optimize constantly. We're here. Let's get happy being here. I don't know. Because to me, it's like you're always going to be able to find something to be unsatisfied about. You're always going to be able to find something that's not quite the way you want it to be or that could be better. And I guess I'm just trying really hard to find more joy sitting in the now, being in the present, accepting, and like seeing the beauty in the possibilities of all that could be right around the corner. Heartbreak, friend breakups, endings of any kind bring a kind of grief with them that I have been learning how to carry. And it's not like I've never been here before, I've never felt this before. Obviously, I've dealt with other kinds of friendship and, you know, relationship grief, endings, loss. But it is one of those things that's like, you can't do anything to expedite the process of sitting in those feelings of grief and longing and loss. You just sort of have to live it. And it's so embarrassing. Can I add? It is embarrassing to live through that grief. I've been feverishly Googling, just typing away on Reddit. Not the best source. Typing away, like, is anyone else that's going through like a breakup, a loss of some kind, is anyone that's processing the aftermath of that like so fucking embarrassed? And I don't even really know why, because I'm not embarrassed that I care so deeply, and I'm not embarrassed that my feelings are hurt and I'm processing that like a normal person. Like, I know that these are feelings that everyone feels, but it's like when you're in them, it's hard not to feel like you're on an island by yourself and everyone's looking at you and you're like, nobody look at me. Nobody look at me. Why are you all looking at me? You know, I'm just like, everyone close their eyes for a second. Everyone close their eyes and give me like 6 months. C'est la vie. It's part of life. Everyone goes through it. But I feel like this is another reason why grounding myself in the present has felt good lately, because sometimes looking at like the road that lay ahead of me in processing my feelings and my grief of an important relationship in my life ending, it's helpful to me to ground myself in the present and also to like be really intentional about spotting the joy in my life as it is right now, instead of thinking of all the things I wanted that won't be, all of the like other possibilities for the future, and how the fuck I'm gonna feel differently than I do right now. You know? So yes, I am a work in progress, but I am perpetually a work in progress. The work in progress is the work. If you guys are listeners to my podcast, shout out Emotionally Online, you probably already know this about me, but I have been a movie fiend this year. I have watched 111 movies this year so far. And I do log all of them over on Letterboxd in case you're interested in seeing any of my reviews. I love going to the movies by myself, having like a chill movie night in by myself. Number one, I think it's just nice to get to turn my brain off for a few hours. Anxiety be gone. I have to watch bisexuals play tennis. And it is just nice getting to indulge in another person's art, another person's brain, and just fully immerse yourself in the worlds that other people have so meticulously created for you. Art and cinema and having a hobby does incredible things for your mental health. And obviously I am so in support of a solo date. It is not even funny. I will say though, I am very prepared for the amount of movies I've been watching to dip significantly in the month of June once Love Island UK comes back, baby. Let's go. I am so excited for Love Island to come back. It is what sustains me. As much as I love movies, babe, I love British reality TV maybe a little bit more. And every time I talk about Love Island, whether it's on this channel or in my podcast, because I do weekly recaps when the Love Island season is live over my podcast, my DMs and comment sections are always flooded with so many of you guys being like, so how the hell are you watching Love Island live when you're in the States? And to that I say, Surfshark VPN. Sponsor of today's video. I know, it's crazy. It's never been done before. Using a VPN to change your location so that you can watch the TV and movies that exist exclusively in that location. A VPN basically keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent between your device and the internet, keeping both your personal data protected and also switching your IP address. Hence why you can use a VPN to watch British television shows, specifically Love Island, if you have any taste whatsoever. I'm such a Love Island stan, I have to watch the shows live. I cannot wait the 2-week delay for the episodes to get uploaded to Hulu. That is way too long. I need to be in it with my fellow Brits, watching live as God intended. All you have to do is sign up for Surfshark, then set your location to somewhere within the UK, head to the ITV website, and you too can watch Love Island live. Also, it helps with streaming services because Netflix will have different shows and movies available per country, so you can get a VPN, switch to any country, watch literally anything that you want. Surfshark has over 3,200 servers in 100 different countries, so you can access and unblock so much content that otherwise you would not be able to watch. And beyond the access to TV and movies, it is just a better choice for keeping your data safe, especially if you are on public Wi-Fi, if you work from coffee shops, signing into the airport Wi-Fi when you're waiting for your flight to take off. VPNs just help make public Wi-Fi a lot more private for you. And when you enter coupon code MaddieD at checkout, you get an extra 4 months free. That is the entire Love Island season, mama. When you go to surfshark.deals/MaddieD. That is an extra 4 months of keeping your data safe and having access to all the TV shows and movies you could possibly ask for when you go to surfshark.deals/MaddieD. Thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Speaking of movies, I'm about to go to one. I am so excited. I'm gonna go see I Saw the TV Glow at the Alamo Drafthouse, of course. It's where I live. I do pay rent at the Alamo Drafthouse. $30 a month for my season pass. Thank you very much. I've heard very good things about I Saw the TV Glow so far, so I am very excited. The lover of experimental cinema in me that was birthed through college is extremely looking forward to this one. Never underestimate the power of getting yourself a sweet treat. Maybe a fun colored drink or just a pastry on your way home from something. Something small just for you, you telling yourself, I was thinking of you, bestie. I felt like this would cheer you up. I don't know, I think of all the ways that I want to love other people, all the ways I do love other people, and I just try to pinpoint how I can do that to myself, how I can make myself the center point of my sweetness and my romanticism. But it feels like the best thing for me to do right now is focus on romancing myself, doing what I need to do, focusing on how Maddie feels. How does Maddie feel? Huge part of falling in love with your life as it is right now is surrounding yourself with worthwhile people. This woman sitting in front of me is literally the best woman I've ever fucking met, and that's the truth.
Come on.
So Ashley's in town visiting for the next 2 days, and we're about to spend 4 straight days just bestieing it out, constantly pulling oracle cards because I so excitedly got Ashley into this. Well,
it's so true. I bring it everywhere. I travel with it. I bring it to any possible event I can. My grandmother was like, you don't really believe in these, do you? And I was like, well,
listen, if you need to think I don't believe in them, fine.
But I know these.
Come on.
The power that these cards hold. Intentionally curating a home that feels very cozy and warm and comforting and safe to you. This is one of the things that I'm like most proud of doing as an adult, is curating and building a home that really feels good to me. And obviously, you know, even if you just have like a room or a corner, just thrifting or buying a few things that make you feel comforted and good and keeping it clean.
Big on that.
Makes such a huge difference. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Tell me about the cards that you have been pulling on a regular basis lately.
Interesting. I can actually literally
I'd like
track
to know.
this.
I'd like to know. As a woman in STEM.
And I know I probably sound like a broken fucking record at this point, but honestly, I feel like about 80% of learning to appreciate where you are in the moment is just getting good at gratitude. I know. crazy how simple it is when you boil it down. I feel like this is something I thought about a lot when I was in the thick of comparing my dating experiences to some of my friends' dating experiences. Those of my friends that have been in long-term relationships through most of their 20s and have not had to deal with the dating app of it all. I would get into these thought loops where I would just be comparing myself and what I don't have and what I want to someone that does have what I want, or at least exteriorly has what I want. I don't know. So often we're comparing ourselves to people when it's if we were actually in their shoes, we probably wouldn't actually want the thing that they have. But it's high level, big picture, looking at them from 100 miles away. Yeah, it looks nice to, have a partner and companionship and all that, for sure. Duh. But it was a point of comparison that my brain used to beat myself up all the time and just make me feel more shame, make me feel even smaller than I already felt in that department at the time, which, there's 100,000 videos on this channel of me talking about that exact thing, so I won't bore you with more of the same details. But while I'm comparing my dating life to somebody else's dating life, that person could be comparing their creative life to my creative life. They could be comparing their style to my style. There's so much in my life right now that I have today that is amazing and wonderful. There's so many parts of me that are worth loving and celebrating that other people look at and they're like, wow, that's so cool that she does that. I wish I did that also. The truth is that comparison is just rampant. While you're comparing yourself to someone else, they are also comparing themselves to you. And I get it. Listen, part of it is just human. It's natural. We all do it. But I think especially if you're trying to ground yourself in more of an accepting point of view on the way things are right now, having a lot of gratitude for the things in your life that you do have, trying to fight back against the comparison between you and somebody that has something that you don't, is going to be worthwhile. But it's hard. It's hard when you feel like you're being given lesson after lesson in every department of your life all at once. And I also feel such a guilt for being sad too, or struggling in any department. Whenever I'm having a tough work week, I feel so much guilt for that because I'm you literally have your dream job. What the fuck are you talking about? And then when I'm sad about dating, I start to feel guilty because I'm why? I don't know. I get mad at myself for caring so much, which is stupid. I know. I'm in a constant state of trying to accept my big feelings. I'm at a stage in life now where I accept my big feelings more than I ever have ever in my entire life. But oh my God, do I still have moments where I'm I am mortified that I feel so much. It is so embarrassing. And then I feel guilt about it. And same goes for any section of life. I feel I feel so much guilt and I have such a hard time accepting that I'm struggling. I don't know. This is something I've talked about in therapy where it's I almost won't believe myself. Imagine the worst day ever. You're riddled with anxiety. You can't get yourself to stop crying. Your face is all fucking puffy. I will sit and look at myself in the mirror and be why are you lying? Why are you making this all up? You're actually fine. Get up. What are you doing? And it's that's not helpful. And I know it's not helpful. But sometimes it's hard to accept, no, I'm actually going through it right now. There's part of my brain that's no, you're not. You're actually fine. And you're lying. And get up. I'm no, actually I'm having a really bad day. And it would serve me greatly if I could just, take a break and do some self-care stuff. And sometimes that takes more convincing than others. It's been taking quite a bit of convincing lately. I'll be honest. So anyways, this is why I've been trying to go back to basics, focusing on the little things, staying in a routine, baby steps towards better habits, little, tiny, very achievable steps towards having better self-care, treating myself, taking myself out to the movies, surrounding myself with people that make me feel understood and seen and loved and supported just as I am today, surrounding myself with people who don't need me to be different than I am right now. And just trying to accept that these dips, these periods in life where we're going through a lot and we're learning a lot and we are growing a lot, it's not something to rush through. I get that we want to rush through it because it feels like shit. Yes, 100%. But this is kind of the beauty of it all. And there are wonderful things hidden in the mud that we are stuck in right now. So I guess that's all I had to say today. I don't know a lot. I'm just trying. So if you are also trying, I'm right there with you. And I think we're doing a great job. So with that, thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Get in the VPN space. Come on, Love Island's coming back. We gotta get prepared here. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.